you're back. Practice. You're getting ready for the first season in the Big 12. This is last August. Everything's a go. And let's pick up your story right there. Something happens, and then we don't see you on the field all season. You got injured at practice. Walk us through what happened that's kept you out until we see you against Southern Illinois on August 31st.
Yeah, so basically we was in our first scrimmage of fall camp, and the running back came up the middle. I was coming from the side. I tried to tackle him. He cut inside, and then I tried to cut back inside to make the tackle to collide with him. And I kept going forward, and I felt something in my knee. I couldn't get back up, and yeah.
Did you know you were in trouble?
I knew that something happened, but I didn't know it was going to be as significant as it actually was. Because I actually ended up getting up and kind of hobbling off the field, but I don't know. It just everything happened so fast that I didn't even know what happened.
I was there, and I did not like it. Because a lot of times these ligament injuries are non-contact, and you rotate it on and push. I was there, and I was like, oh no, not Micah.
Yeah.
So what describe the mental toll that one goes through as a student athlete, suffering a season-ending injury weeks before the season is supposed to start? Most of us will never experience what that is. What's it like?
It's definitely difficult. You work super hard the entire offseason just to play your 11 games and then some if you guys are granted extra games for winning. So it was definitely difficult, especially because it was so close. I was looking forward to this year. This is supposed to be a really big year. First year in the Big 12.
Yeah. You dream about this.
Yeah, I'm about to play Power 5 football. I'm about to play Texas, Oklahoma. I'm about to play Oklahoma State, face the running back.
Yeah.
It's just a lot that was on the table. I got, aspirations to play in the NFL. This year was a big year. I had a lot of agents hitting me up, telling me that, this could be your year. Like, if you do what you're supposed to do, then, this is going to be your last season in college. So. And
then poof.
Yeah. At what point and how long did it take you to kind of come to grips with, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to have to just grind and rehab, and this is going to take a year to get back to full. How long did it take you to come to reality with that and get to work?
I guess kind of immediately. So once I seen the doctor a couple of days later, and he kind of told me that it ain't looking good. Or actually, I seen the trainer first. The trainer said, he thinks it might have been my ACL. And then I was like, I kind of was already preparing my mind for the worst. And then basically after I got the MRI, there's just confirmation. I was obviously praying, hoping for the best, something minor, nothing crazy. Then when I got the MRI results, I knew that, my season was over. And then I kind of talked to my mom. Obviously, I was sad about it.
Yeah.
And she kind of told me, just like the first time, put a timestamp of how long you're going to be sad, how long you're going to be down, and then change your mindset and, get better.
Great advice from mom, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about the injury to, I want to say Keenan Ellis, but the name escapes me. Got hurt in the Arizona game.
Oh, yeah. The concussion with Keenan. Yeah,
it was Keenan. And that took football away from him for good. Mm-hmm. And he had to come to terms with, okay, there's more to life than football, but it wasn't easy to get to that spot. And he had good people around him. Sounds like you had good people around you.
Yeah, I definitely have a great support system. My parents are, they're the best. They're the reasons, really the main reason why, I'm still, got a good mindset on my head, and I'm progressing and doing good.
And ACL injuries, the good news is, in the techniques that they use today for surgery and the rehab, people come back 100% from ACLs and play. And so where are you at in that progress, and will you be ready to roll when that first game comes around? Yeah,
so right now I'd say I'm about 95%. I feel really good. I'm able to cut and do everything athletically and physically. It's more so the feeling like I can still feel my knees, not just day-to-day walking or something like that. I can still feel a little something in my knee or something like that. I got to stretch a little extra more before I have to work out and stuff like that. But, I still got a couple more months before my 1 year mark, and that 1 year mark hits right before the season, so I'll be ready to go first game.
Micah Harper's on the Wise Guys tonight, live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and ysguys.com. As you sat and watched the highs and lows from last season, what did you learn that's going to help you be better for your Big 12 debut?
I would just say, honestly, just learning the game from the sideline, what the offense is really trying to do. So, all I've been doing is just watching football now, and now I'm getting to jump. I already have like a great knack and, instincts while I'm playing, but now I'm like, now I really know what the offense is going to do. I can call out basically the plays just by looking at a formation now. So I think this year I'm really going to be making a lot more plays.
And you have a reputation from when you played before the injury of being really physical, like wanting to come up and knock people around. What does it take to have that kind of mindset to these big? Because some of these guys are big dudes that are coming, tight ends that you're covering and backs coming out of the backfield. Yeah, you just throw your body in there. What does it take to have that kind of mindset and to play with that kind of reckless abandon?
I would say, I obviously got to be smart. Like, I'm not just doing it every play. It's very situational. But it's also having the mentality of, like, not having any fear. I'm not afraid when I'm out there. My dad taught me that from a young age. Don't fear no man, only fear God. And, when I'm out there on the field, you can't be playing scared because it's like my dad always explained football as like a safari out there. You got all kinds of animals. You got your rhinoceroses, you got your giraffes out there. You got
was it a bedtime story? Is that how it is?
No, it was more just like, like, I was in high school, or not even high school, but, just growing up, I always played baseball and I played football. I'm a really good baseball player. Like, I'm actually a better baseball player than I'm a football player, but I just love football more. Like, just being faster and, the physicality and all of that kind of stuff. And he kind of just told me, like, if this is what you really want to do, then let's do it. But, it's a physical game. It's a dangerous game, and, you can't be afraid out here.
What's Ollie Gordon, Oklahoma State's running back, led the nation last year? He's come back. Was he a rhinoceros? Is he a gazelle?
T-Rex?
He might be a rhinoceros. He's a big dude.
Tyler Allgeier's definitely a rhinoceros.
Yeah,
right? He's a rhino.
Well, he's coming to LaVell Edwards Stadium, so you do get a shot at Oklahoma State's running back that you missed out on last year. You get round 2. What will this defense be like in the second year under Jay Hill and what he visualizes for the 11 out on the field? What's gonna describe you guys?
I would say exciting. It's year 1. We didn't know what to expect. New staff with Jay Hill, trusting him, learning his system. Learning seeing what the Big 12 has to offer, what kind of athletes they have out there. And now that it's the second year, everybody has been in the system for an entire year. We're just gonna go out there and just ball. Especially also just like being in the filming with Jay Hill, just learning what he knows. And, we definitely stepped up on the field now and, in the classroom as well.
Signing some big guys.
Yep.
And the portal is always in play in college sports for better and for sometimes for not. But you should be bigger up front, which will help you guys in the back.
Yeah.
And that's probably the thing that we noticed the most in year 1 of the Big 12 was once a couple of those guys got hurt and the team started running the ball through that front group.
The size up front and the physicality of this league, like even the teams that weren't great, like we're watching West Virginia and Iowa State was really, really good, but we're going, whoa, these teams are really physical up front. Mm-hmm. Seems like we did some good things in the offseason to get depth up there to help. So
is that yes? You concur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the field, significant developments, but off the field in your life, like I was talking to Coach Fowler before I left, and I said, "What's the most impressive thing about Micah right now?" And he goes, "Well, you already know all about, but he just graduated, which is a big deal. Mm-hmm. How important was that to you to get that degree? And now you're in business school, in Marriott School of Business. That's pretty cool."
Mm-hmm. So my degree was very important to me.
Yeah.
My dad always made it known to me as a young kid that you're gonna follow my footsteps. You're gonna go to college. You're gonna pay for your college own by getting a football scholarship. But before you leave, before you end up going to the NFL, you're gonna get your college degree. Said, don't be a statistic. Be a football player. Go to college and not get your degree. So,
and now, how about an MBA?
Yeah. So that all happened because of the fact that I was actually originally supposed to graduate. I was trying to graduate even earlier in December. So I was taking extra classes, and I was gonna take like a 15 credit load in the fall while I'm playing the last season, and then hopefully
15 credits while playing?
Yeah, so I was gonna be locked during the season. But I work better that way. Like I told my like counselors, like put the hard classes in the fall because that's when I'm more focused. You know, I'm thinking about school, I'm thinking about football, and then when the season's over, that's when I'm like, I don't even.
Now I need a break.
Yeah, I need a break. I'm not as locked in. So
when you're grinding, you just want to go grind all in school and in football.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I work. So I was gonna graduate in December, but once I tore my ACL, I was like, you know, there's no need to take all these classes right now, and I can barely walk. So I was like,
right,
I might as well just graduate in the spring and then try to get into grad school since I have to be here for another year anyways. So that's how that all happened.
Never heard anyone complain that they have an MBA from BYU.
Yeah.
You know, ever. So that's something now that's in your grasp, and it's great to see you tackling it. BYU safety Micah Harper on the Wise Guys tonight. Cougars open the season Saturday, August 31st at LaVell Edwards Stadium. We're going to have some fun with you here for a couple of minutes. But before we do, what impact has the Royal Blue Collective had on your BYU experience, and how important is that in the overall scheme of the program for helping kids?
It's awesome. I mean, the Royal Blue Collective gives us a platform to not only, you know, earn ourselves a little more income every month, but, you know, just learn more stuff through the business aspect. We're partnered up with a mentor that's supposed to teach us, you know, how to be successful like how they are. And, you know, if you take advantage of those opportunities, then you know that you'll be set for life when, you know, football's over.
And that's different. We discovered as we've had a bunch of your teammates on, that's very different than what they're hearing other programs around the country are doing. There's like, hey, here's some money, but they're not taking care of people and networking for the rest of their lives.
Right.
How important is that for you to have that network for the rest of your life?
It's very important. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, when, you know, football is going to come to an end sooner or later, whether it's you're playing in the league or you don't get the opportunity to play in the league, and everyone's going to need a job at the end of the day. And if you can get partnered and learn from the best, then why not?
Why not? That's a great philosophy. All right, let's play a game.
Yeah.
We're going to ask a question, and then you let us know which player on the team best fits the role.
Okay.
Okay. And we have our questions for you coming up.
Yeah,
so
we still get 5 questions like Brandon did, but we thought this would be a good game.
Okay, let's start with this one. Of everybody on the roster, who is most likely to be the president of the United States?
Oh, for sure, Cody Epps. You know,
Cody, you didn't
because he's always campaigning, or
that dude is just the way his man thinks is like he's a politician at heart for sure. Like not that he loves politics, but just the way that he thinks and the way he talks. He's always like game planning and scheming to like beat another man psychologically. Like the way that he can talk, you know, it's amazing.
So he's going to be here in a couple of weeks, so we're going to ask him about being president of the United States.
That's actually one of his, like, he always joked around, like, you know, I want to be the president of the United States. If you ask him, like, what he really
long-term goal, that's it, huh?
Yeah. That's what it is?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But, like, he actually can get it done. You know, he has the face. He knows how to talk to people. He knows how to relate to, you know, his fans and everything. Like, he definitely could be.
Awesome.
Okay, who's the most likely to be a pharmaceutical sales rep when they're retired from football?
Maybe Matthias Dunn or like Tanner Wall or something like that.
How come?
I don't know. I feel like those guys are just like, they really know their stuff and their knowledge, and I feel like they can be in that field. I can see them in their field just
a technical field, and they can do that. Yeah, I get it. Both those guys, great choice.
Who is most likely to play multiple seasons in the NFL on that roster today? Multiple seasons. You know, a lot of guys will get a few, you know, and you know, the average career is 4 years.
Last week on the show, or 2 weeks ago on the show, we had the former BYU player that played more seasons in the NFL than any player from any college in the state of Utah in history.
And who's that?
19 seasons. Lee Johnson, the punter.
Oh, yeah. I know Lee.
You know Lee. So he played more seasons in the NFL than any grad of any university in the state of Utah.
18. Punting.
Yeah. So you're talking about this current roster right now?
Yeah, because it could be Ryan Rico, right? Because Ryan could be in that league forever too, but he's gone. So it's this roster.
That's a hard one. Because I feel like a lot of guys will definitely get a shot, and definitely, you know, if they put in the right situation, they can make the most out of their opportunities. So,
all right, we can put a TBA on that one.
Oh yeah, let's put a TBA, because I don't know. There could honestly be a couple people.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Who's the most likely to be a DJ in a nightclub?
DJ in a nightclub? Let's go with Trayson Bourget.
Oh, that one surprises me, but I like it.
The thing is, like, a lot of people, he's new, so a lot of people don't know him, but I live with him.
Oh, yeah?
And, like, he's a you know, I don't want to say he's a crazy person, but he's definitely different. Like, he would surprise you with the things that, like, he would do, the way he would act, like, when he's, like, comfortable. Like, I could definitely see him doing something like that.
Okay.
I've been talking about Trayson the last couple of weeks on the show, and I'm interested in your take on Trayson, because everybody talks about the quarterbacks. Then they just signed another one, right?
We talk about him all the time.
Yeah, and so we talk about him all the time. And I was like, hey, guys, don't sleep on Trayson Bourget. The last couple of weeks of spring ball, I felt like he really came on. Mm-hmm. And you're on the other side of the ball. You're also his roommate. What do you think? Did you feel like he made a mark in spring ball?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he definitely came in. I seen, like, before spring ball even started, he was projected like 7th-string quarterback.
Yeah.
7th on the depth chart. And I was like, that's wrong already. But, I mean, just the fact that, you know, with the limited reps that he got, you know, I can definitely tell that the offensive coaches didn't think that he was going to produce like he did, or even any of the players, just because he's a little more reserved when you first meet him. Like, he's not the raw guy. He's not going to step up and, you know, break the huddle down. But, like, you know, he's like a little silent assassin. In the sense of, like, he knows when to be a leader, and he knows, like, it's not his place, it's not his time right now, and he's just knocking on the door, you know, staying behind the scenes, but making sure that he's doing what he needs to do. And, you know, he showed in spring ball, he showed everybody that, you know, I can make the plays, I can run the ball, I can make the throws necessary, you know, I can compete for the starting job.
All right,
yeah.
Interesting.
I was maybe one of my biggest surprises of spring ball was Trayson, how well he played.
Yep.
So.
All right, couple more. Who's most likely to be a school teacher?
These are hard questions. Let's see. I got to go with, it's probably going to be, I can see Talon Alfrey honestly doing it.
Yeah,
really?
I like that one.
Yep. I can see Talon.
What? How come?
Just because, like, I feel like when you look at Talon, like, he's just like a great guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he definitely is someone that, you know, put it this way. When I ask him about, like, how he is back home, he always tells me, like, he's like the beacon of, like, the city where he is from back home. Like, he always had to, you know, be on his best behavior. He always has to, you know, make sure that he's doing good because he has other people, you know, younger than him that's watching his every step. So his parents really made that known for him, like, hey, you need to be, like, a great role model or something like that. So I feel like he could be it.
All right.
He'd be good with kids. And people that don't remember this, you and Talon both go down, and we're supposed to be starting at Free and Strong in that opener, and neither of the starting safeties played that first. And Talon played down the stretch and still got to redshirt in the last couple of games because he's healthy enough. But yeah, what kind of impact did that have? It's a brand new defense, and the 2 starting safeties didn't play. That's a big deal, right?
Right. You know, it's definitely tough, but, you know, he was fortunate. He was able to get back on the field, you know, play a couple games, help us to contribute. You know, we didn't get any wins, but, you know, just him being on the field makes our defense better.
And those two will be together this fall, for sure. You got to be on the field together a bunch.
Getting some wins. All right. Here's our last question for Micah Harper, who's on the Wise Guys tonight, about his teammates. You got it?
Yeah. Who's the most likely to be a football coach?
Everybody says me, honestly.
Really?
Well, you can choose yourself.
Put you right down on that.
All right, I'll put myself.
You'll be a high school coach with a business degree, or a college coach with a business degree.
Are you going to coach in college? Would you coach in college?
I would. So my dad's my high school coach. He's still the high school coach right now. He coaches the defensive backs, and I feel like I'm just like my dad. Cody says it, like everybody says I'm like just like my dad. Everybody says like, oh, you'll be the coach. And I also joke around to Jay Hill. I always be like, hey, you know I'm going to take your job when you're done. And I always tell him that I'm going to be the next DC at BYU. Just because I love BYU and I love football. Yeah. Just the game of football just makes sense to me, in my head at least.
Awesome.
It's super simple. Like, I feel like a lot of players, a lot of coaches complicate. And it's like, in the end of the day, it's still 11 guys on the field. You know, it's very simple to me.
The day you become a coach here, we're going to remember this conversation. And we've written this down.
That's right.
That we foresaw it down the road. That's awesome.
If I am a coach, like, the only thing I don't like about coaching is the fact that, like, the job security, I would say. Like, if you win, you leave your school, and if you lose, you leave your school.
Yeah,
but
seems like
if I do it, I won't even want to stay on one school. So that's also one of the beauties of BYU is like a lot of the coaching staff at BYU are all, you know, alumni and BYU football players. So that's how I would want to do is I want to be in Provo, Utah.
And be there and be in the long term.
You know what I mean? I want to recruit for my alma mater, you know, the team that I played for, and, you know, that's what I would want to do.
That's great.
Nice
That's great. All right.
Now we got 5 questions.
Now we get serious.
So
5 questions.
You heard us to do this with Brandon, so you know the drill. We'll start with your favorite sports movie.
I was thinking Moneyball when Brandon was going. Just because I watched it the other day, and it's like, I don't know. Just,
such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
What's your favorite part of the movie? Is it when they get the winning streak, or I always loved the conversation with him and the Red Sox owner at the end when he's trying to hire him. What's your favorite part?
I like the beginning, just like the fact that just the logic behind it is like you're not trying to buy players, you're trying to buy like runs.
Yeah, analytics, right?
Yeah,
Noah.
And that's like
his name?
the simplicity of sports that I was just talking about.
But I know you're talking
The
about.
actor. No, what's his name? Noah.
His name's Pete in the movie. Remember, it's like, guys, write it down.
Noah
We're
Hill?
going to point to
Anyhow,
Pete.
Yeah. No, it's a great movie, and I love that it's based on a true story too.
Right.
It's pretty fun.
It's just the simplicity of it.
Hey, and I love the relationship he has with his daughter. That's sweet. You know how they sing that song. I'm just a little bit caught in the middle.
And analytics are everything now in sports.
Right.
And there's a movie of like, oh, hey, they actually did that.
Yeah. So,
You know.
well, this next question's not going to be Depeche Mode for Micah, but your favorite singer or band?
I'd say, can I do rapper? Favorite rapper?
Yeah.
Of course you
That's
can.
any.
Favorite rapper is Lil Baby right now.
Okay.
Lil
Baby. Okay. I got to go listen to some Lil Baby. I'm not sure.
So that's no relation to Lil Wayne, right? This is a totally is
a different one. This is
different
more- that's
family.
more up to date.
Lil Wayne, Lil Baby. Okay.
Yeah. Your favorite breakfast cereal?
Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds and granola.
Bunches of oats.
I normally get that with cut some bananas in there. And
So, see, that's a healthy cereal that also has that honey flavor on it. So that one passes muster right there. Okay, how about, and maybe it's to come, but we'll do this again next year. But your favorite BYU moment to this point?
so far, it's either had to have been the play that I made against East Carolina, that third down stop.
Oh,
or
yeah.
the third down stop against Notre Dame in Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, that was a big one too.
You had some big hits in that
Yeah,
game.
in that Notre Dame game. One of those two. So it's the East Carolina hit on third or the Notre Dame one. I like it.
Hey, from our live stream, a question: Kendrick or Drake?
Yeah,
Oh.
who's better?
I like Drake.
Drake's your answer.
There you go.
Okay, Richfield, we see you. Good to have you on the show. Our live streams all over the world tonight. All right, let's get to the grand finale.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing about the Marriott School of Business?
Just the networking and just the people that you meet. You know, those people, you never know who's going to come into the business. But like last year, we had Dwayne Wade, Ryan Smith he was teaching one of the classes.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, man.
just the networking that you get in the Marriott School of Business is second to none. And I would tell people, like, I took one class. It was a lecture series class. You had CEOs of Nu Skin, Walmart, like. Just you don't know who's coming in, and like you're literally rubbing shoulders with like people that run companies. You know,
It's fun stuff.
That's cool.
Good
That's
stuff.
cool. Hey, I know we're early into May, and football season might feel like a long ways off, but today Fox announced some kickoff times with Fresno State playing Michigan in prime time. That one's on NBC. Then Fox released Texas at Michigan September 7th at 10 a.m. on their network. When these start to leak out, does it feel like football season just gets closer and closer?
it does. You know, just the fact that it's summertime, like when it stops snowing, the green is coming out, and then you're starting the summer workouts. That's when it's like it's football season. It's time to lock in. Like it's about to be a grind.
Awesome. great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Here on the Wise
Thanks,
Guys.
Micah.
Well, let's go back to the green room because we're going to do some Q&A with our Cougar Board insiders
Afterwards,
a bit later here in just a few minutes. But grab your water and head over. Thank you.
Thanks, Micah.
Love that shirt too, by the way.
Yeah, I love that
That's
shirt.
old school. You know, Blaine
that's
was
my
on that team.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Blaine was the backup quarterback in that game when they beat Michigan.
We played Michigan for the national championship.
Robbie Bosco got hurt. Blaine came in, had to play some key series, and then Bosco came back, threw the winning touchdown so he could hog all the glory.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But,
So you got a ring?
Yep.
That's
I don't know why he doesn't bring it.
I should wear it once in a while. It's
I'll
so
be
big.
wearing
Here's the thing. You know, Brandon was talking about like GPS disruption, all that. That ring's so big it messes up everybody's cell phone.
Is that what it does? It drains your cell phone?
No, it's fun. I should wear it once in a while.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, we'll talk to you in just a bit. Great Micah Harper.